This is it. It's kind of, I guess, where I end my May migration observations. Blue wing calling up there, blue wing warbler singing. Yeah, this is kind of where I end it. I guess every year now. It's kind of, several years ago I came and I said I climbed to the top of this hill, and the day is just starting to get really warm. I think it was like May 30th or 31st, and I said I could kind of feel like spring ending as I was up on top of that hill. Just like that moment, it really started to get warm over a 5-10 minute period, and stuff quieted down, and it was like all at once migration was over. I had caught like the last little tail end, the last little wisp, and now I come up here, I guess, every year to kind of commemorate. Yeah, I guess I already talked about it in the Rock Meadow video about the big peak and the slow start and slow like through like 13th, 14th, 15th, and then the monster peak, and then kind of tailing off pretty quickly after that. Where's this blue wing guy? See some movement up here. Yeah, that's him. There he is. I'm gonna pause for a second. All right. Kind of got close, sort of quieted down. But yeah, I'm up here again. It's a nice day out. I don't know, it's like 70 or something today, low 70s. But yeah, up here, Mackerel Hill at Beaver Brook North. It was pretty. Another migration, jeez. I guess I'm turning 45 this year, so you start thinking, and I said this last year on my birthday in some videos I recorded in my yard, you start thinking about how many more, autumns do you get, how many more summers, and I know 45, I'm 44 now, but I know 45 isn't terribly old, but it's not young anymore, and it's just like 29, 30 even. I just remember turning 30. I remember the exact moment I turned 30, and 30 to today kind of just flew by, and I don't know. I try to bleed every drop out of every moment in my life now, and I guess I've been doing that for years, but it takes on an added meaning now. This May flew by, though. I don't think I mentioned that in the other video I recorded from Rock Meadow. This May, my grandfather, Bubba, had a memorial at Agawam's Agawam Veteran Cemetery. That was May 1st. And I said to Wendy the other day, it's been 4 weeks since that happened. It was like a couple days ago, and we were just like, she's like, how's that possible? Like, and she's just like stunned. I was too. Because then the fact that it was basically a month ago, I mean, I thought, if you told me it was 2 weeks ago, I'd believe you. The middle 2 weeks of May just vanished, really from like May 5th to like May 25th. I know we had Mari's birthday party and birthday and all that, but like that whole period just, I mean, it's almost vanished, or it blurred by so fast this year. And I know, time passes faster, as it feels like it is, relatively speaking, as you get older, because you've just lived more and longer days, and so each day, relatively speaking, feels like a little less. I know that, but like this May, I cannot believe. Oh, great crested flycatcher. Sick of hearing me talk, but I can't believe how fast this May passed by. I cannot believe it. It felt like a week. It wasn't like, oh, it went by twice as fast. It felt like a week, 4 or 5 days. I mean, Bubba's thing, geez, 4 weeks ago, full month ago now at this point, 30 days. I just, how? It feels, like I said, it feels like 2 weeks ago. It doesn't feel like last weekend, but the weekend before. And a month. And here we are. this is kind of the wrap up for me for migration. This is it. It's a good year. It's a, like I said, very concentrated year. Made it interesting, and saw red starts the day after, or the day when stuff really popped off. On, I think it was like May 16th, and everything just kind of hit all at once. Remember Hellcat? I've always wanted, like, it's tough for me to get good pictures of red starts because they always hang out in a canopy, kind of, or mid-story, and they're always kind of moving, and that's at eye level so close. I couldn't even get autofocus to work on my camera. I had to back up to get photos. Yeah. I've also said in other videos, I've taken fewer and fewer photos over the last few years, especially as I've gotten great shots of pretty much everything that I want to, and I'm really here for birding, not photography. Photography rather is just a way to capture a moment of birding for me. But I think I'm gonna start using my. I have an R7. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's got the crop factor, and I may just bring that with the old 400 5.6 to some of these off-peak trips, like the later in the month ones and the early month ones. Just odds of me. I mean, I don't know. How many tack sharp shots of a song sparrow do I need? How many of like a black-throated green or a yellow-rumped warbler do I really need? And I can capture the moment just as well, and it's a lot lighter. The 400 5.6 is a lot lighter. With the crop factor on the R7, I'll get pretty much the same reach. Yeah. Every year, at the end of migration, it's like a little bit of turning point in my life, like a small one, because it's like another of my peak. May is like my peak in a lot of ways for stuff I do, Molly's birthday and Wendy's and Mother's Day and bird watching, like the peak spring migration and everything. And so after that, it's like another one in the books, kind of. This year feels particularly different, I guess, with business and everything else. Just yeah, it just feels different this year. At the end here, it feels like there's more things changing. I'm kind of backing off of a lot of things that I used to like the photography. This year I really dialed it back, and then, like I said, bring a smaller camera going forward for a lot of trips. But yeah. I got to this is tangential to bird watching, but got to get this business up and running. I want to just pay down my house and then figure out where I'm going to go. Do I pay down the house as quick as possible and then try to flip it for make a huge down payment on a more expensive house down here and then pay that one down? Like, what do I do? How long does Columbia last? I don't know. Got some decisions to make. All right, but right now, yeah, head back down, out Rock Meadow, and to my car, and yeah. Thanks, birds. Have a great migration. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always grateful. Thank God for the birds. Thank God for the birds.